Hi, welcome to Mr. Dyer's Musings. I'm Mr. Dyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at World War II cavalry breeches. As always, I'd like to thank my wife, my family, my friends, my viewers, you guys for your unconditional support. I really appreciate it. As this channel grows, we are past 400 subscribers. Thank you. That's a pretty big gift for me, especially as we end the summer. Didn't reach my goal like I wanted, but 400 is pretty awesome in my opinion. And I appreciate you guys who are sharing my videos, who are liking them, who are making comments. It's helping this channel grow. I really appreciate it. So we are going to take a look at my breeches. Now I just got back from scout camp, and that's why I'm dressed the way I am versus my historical clothing, and I'm pretty tired. But I wear my breeches every time I go to a scout camp. It looks kind of goofy, but there's a reason, and we're going to talk about that today. Now the breeches that I'm wearing are reproduction breeches. They're from What Price Glory. So you can kind of consider this a little bit of a review as well. Now according to What Price Glory, it just says 1930s Army cavalry breeches. And I try to look up to see when the quartermaster specifically designed this type of breeches, and I couldn't find anything. But that has some features that are really neat, and what separates it from 1930s versus the early 1900s, mainly being the buckle back in the back of the pants. Well, they're not pants, they're breeches. Another difference would be the reinforced seat on the butt and in the crotch area. Okay? Now, before we get into that and we talk about why I like these breeches and why I wear them and things like that, let's talk about the history of the garment itself. Now, we can thank the continent of India for this fashion choice. In 1890, in Jodhpur, India, there was a guy who was trying to find a pair of riding pants for polo, because polo was a really big sport over there. And he took a design where they're really tight fitting down at the leg of the cuff and really baggy on the sides. And polo being a horse riding sport, that allowed the rider to spread their legs without tearing them or being too uncomfortable and being able to maneuver in them. And having tight down at the legs also allowed for boots or possibly socks to hold the garment close to the legs instead of flapping about and possibly snagging on things. So it's a really great design, and I love it because it was adopted also by the Boy Scouts of America in the 1920s and the 1930s and even the early 1910s. Jodhpur breeches were the popular garment to wear while doing field work, and Scouts didn't do a whole lot of riding horses, but it was just a great all-around pair of outdoor equipment. The originals were made of thick cotton twill. Now twill as a fabric choice is really durable. So when you're going out in the woods, or if you're riding a horse, it's a really good fabric. And being cotton, it breathes. Now a lot of scouts today, a lot of people who are going out hiking, they tend to wear jeans. And jeans is not a very good fabric for going hiking, especially once it rains. Jeans get very heavy, they get soaked. However, cotton twill does not. Now being twill, like I said, it's very durable, so if you're going into the briars, if you're going into the brush, it makes sense. What I love about these, what I absolutely love about these, is that they are designed for movement. And I do a lot of movement when I go camping with my scouts. So I got these about a year ago for my birthday, okay? And every camp out that we go on and a lot of meetings that I tend to wear these breeches. And for a couple reasons. I wanted to give them a test, like real world test, to see how durable these are. Again, these are reproductions. And I also wanted to see what it's like using them. And I can personally vouch for this design, and I can also personally vouch for the quality that these are made from What Price Glory. I know they're not made here in the United States. They're sent overseas to get made, but they're really well done. I haven't torn them at all, and I've taken these things on miles and miles of hikes with my scouts and getting them dirty, taking them into the brush, getting in the briars and stuff here in Ohio, and I've never snagged them where I got a hole. They might be a little dirty, might be stained in some areas, but that's it. So if you're looking for a great piece of outdoor equipment, I strongly suggest it. Now, as far as the historical accuracy, I can't say one way or the other. I don't have an original pair of World War II or World War I breeches to compare them to. Compared to the Boy Scout breeches that I own, they're very, very similar, right down to the eyelets and where the position of the cuffs are, which is why I opted for these, because they are the closest that I could find to the original Boy Scout breeches that I have. I did do a video of Boy Scout breeches in this link here. You can go watch that video, and I examined several different versions of the Boy Scout breeches. The one thing that the Boy Scout breeches didn't have is this extra layer of fabric on the inner leg, and that's mainly because these were cavalry breeches, not Calvary, but cavalry. And when you're squeezing onto the horse, this area right here gets a lot of wear and tear. Now down here, it's not as tight as original breeches are. So you could take them to the tailor and you can get them fitted appropriately. I do have a pair of Woolrich breeches that I'm going to use for another video later on when I talk about my winter gear. But the original pair of Woolrich breeches I have, they're very tight. The Scout breeches that I have on my sons, they're very tight down at the calf. These, on the other hand, are very, very loose. So I can tell you that that's not very accurate. Now, what about the wearability? I put the suspenders on my breeches. I put buttons on them because I'm a little bit on the portly side. The original ones, well, they were designed for soldiers, and soldiers are not supposed to be as portly as I am. They also have the belt loops, which is really nice, so I can attach my hatchet, my belt knife, and other belt tools on my belt, but the suspenders help hold them up. Now, if you're new to historical clothing, you're supposed to wear historical pants and breeches up to the belly button. That's your natural waist. And that's also going to stop the chafing when you're on hikes or when you're riding a horse. Okay, so wearing your pants appropriately is going to go a long ways in your being comfortable. Now, let's talk about the being in use. So I can lift my legs way up here, and because of the flares on the side that may look goofy to your average person, these flares from Jodhpur is extremely clever, especially when you didn't have fabrics that would stretch like our modern synthetics do. So I can run, I can jump, I can do squats, and I don't have to worry about my pants tearing out. So that's really great when you're going for field equipment. On the back, it does have 2 pockets on the back side, which are really nice for gear. And if you have these things put on correctly, as far as the tightness, they'll fit inside your boots really well, if you're pull-on boots or your tied boots. I don't have a pair of nice tied boots or pull-on boots that go up past that point, so what I use is my long socks, which were also accepted. In fact, the socks that I wear, which are also from What Price Glory, are the stockings that the Indian Army used during World War II, and they're really good as well. So I'll put a plug in for that. I don't even think I'll do a video on that, but they're 100% wool. They go all the way up to your knee, and they're close color to what the original Boy Scout color was, and they even have the ribbon just like the original Boy Scouts have. So I'm going to put a plug in for that now too. So that's it. It's a really short video. I just wanted to give you guys a review about these Jodhpurs that I wear all the time. And like I said, I was at scout camp, so I'm trying to make sure I get a video out for you guys for tomorrow. But they look goofy. A lot of people laugh at me even when I go to scout camp, summer camp with my scouts. Got a lot of odd looks, but you couldn't ask for a better pair of historical garment when you're doing field work. So, I'd rather look a little goofy and be a little bit more practical than anything else. Tell me what you guys think. If you ever worn Jodhpur breeches, and if you guys like them, maybe you hate them, tell me why you hate them. Maybe you have some stories for me, share them with me. I'd appreciate it. Please like the video if you like it. Please subscribe if you are wanting to continue to get more notifications. I got a ton of videos about American Civil War and early camp craft, and we always take a look at artifacts. Please share it with others. If you know somebody who likes antiques or artifacts or history or maybe just material culture, share it with them. I'd appreciate it. As always, have a wonderful week. Give a kiss and hug to your loved ones, and take care.